Shenfan Nigeria Limited is a factory based in Lagos Southwest, located at Obasa Lane in Ikeja. Shenfa is known for manufacturing of footwears. Sources say it is owned by Chinese. There have been reports of unfair labor practices in the company. So I took time to do due diligence on what it takes to be a factory worker at Shenfan. According to the workers who pleaded anonymity, staff of morning shift work between 7:30 in the morning and 7:30 in the evening, while those on night shift work for 18 hours without any break. Lovett Ekene, not a real name, spoke on the age grade the company's management favors during recruitment process. I have to hide the identities of the workers who agreed to share their experience.
When I resumed, I came with one of my friends. That one is like 42 years old. We came together. I want to explain to you. So the white man said, she cannot employ, she's too old. That they want the young people around maybe from 13 to 18 years. Even the boy that died is 14 years. So they want the children that maybe they are still in secondary school. When they vacate, they will employ them. When they resume, they will go back to school. That is the way they employ. So they don't employ an old person. They will say they want an underage person to work with them around 17, 15, 16.
From findings, the company has only casual workers who have no access to any other form of benefits except the 700 naira they earn per day. Even this salary, as mega as it may seem, can be deducted over flimsy issues like lateness and failure to meet up with targets.
àwa mi à ń ṣiṣẹ́ Monday till Sunday. Sunday yẹn dẹ̀kẹ̀ bó bá tún wá dẹ̀kẹ̀ they sacked nínú ìjọ kejì tó bá ti wá ń
We
jọ
work
Monday
12
báyìí,
hours
ó ti
without
sack
break.
wọ́n máa sack
If we make any mistake,
lẹ́sẹ̀kẹsẹ̀.
you will be relieved of your job. We are being maltreated. We want the government to provide better jobs.
kán wá rescue wa kó nínú nǹkan táwa.
According to the Nigerian labor laws, a factory should follow some safety procedures in the workplace. But this worker at Shenfan narrates her experience, accusing human rights activists and inspectors who visit the factory to certify it safe of complicity.
Even immigration, they came there to collect bribe from them. Police people, the same thing. Even as of Monday, this Lagos State Commission, the Safety Commission, they came. But I didn't know whether they gave them money. They came inside the factory, they video everything, they snap, they do everything. Human rights people, they came. They said they are government people. But when they got, no, none of them will interview the worker to know what we are passing through there.
Few weeks ago, I learned that a 14-year-old boy, Joseph Eyame, died by electrocution from a faulty machine at the factory. In the quest to know the current situation of things, I went in search of late Joseph's family, perhaps to know why he decided to be a factory worker rather than attending school like his peers. After much search, I was able to meet with the father, mother, and brother. Joseph's father described his late son as a talented boy who had dreams.
14 years old. He was almost leaving Nigeria for Germany. He would have left Nigeria on 28th of this month to Germany. He fed his mate are also doing the job. Let me follow them. And that was how he went to the job. Being a star boy and the house run and it's not lazy, probably, I will lure him to that job. And as I'm talking to you, when he got the job, I was not aware. My wife and the other junior one have been trying to stop him not to go, telling him, what are you going to do there? That's not a job. Because I've been hearing, that's not a job you can do. Because it stretch you, make you to be lame. When we changing your color because he was very handsome yellow boy. I decided to come to compromise by telling them, well, I have no time, no power. You see my age. I'm going to 61 years. I'm 61 years old. Calling me to come today, come tomorrow, next tomorrow. You know what Nigeria is. And they follow the bag men who have the money they cash to spend. I don't have that money. For that reason. Later they came and asked me, let me have, and they were begging, talking, And I looked like, what type of amount are you going to pay to me that to make the child to come back? It's dead, it's dead. You pay 200 million, 200 million, 300 million, I have nothing to get from it. And the life cannot be revised back. The child that will tell me that you buy, we don't build a house, you will buy. There's no need to say you want to build a house, you will buy a house. A child that will tell me that today, the Mercedes of today, the Jeep of today will not be the Jeep that will be raining during my time. A child that will tell me that the whole world you will travel. I know, you have that, it's a talent guy.
But with the dream cut short and trip to Germany to find greener pastures aborted, Joseph's father says, though he wants justice, he can't afford it.
As me who have no money to be going from lawyer to another, what do I do? I will ask you that question. When you look yourself, no backing from nowhere and nobody and money, you know to consult a lawyer in Nigeria today, you know what you have to pay. To transport yourself to anywhere, you know what you have to pay. For that reason, when they now agree they have to do the better, okay, I will not call it compensation.
One of the workers who also does not want to be identified explains that the Chinese employers value footwears produced at the factory more than the employees. You saying that the machine that electrocuted the boy that died some few weeks ago is still in use in that company?
Yes, the machine is still working. After the boy died, after 2 days, they start using the machine
In full capacity.
I
went back to Shefa Nigeria Limited to see things for myself. How old are you?
I'm 18.
How old is your friend?
My friend is just 17 years.
Come out to talk.
No manager. This is a Chinese company. There's no manager. The manager here is Chinese also, and it's not around.
The door has been shut against us for us to gain access to see what for sure is happening in this factory here in Ikeja, Lagos. But the truth remains that the underage children who work in this company are the ones that pay the price, while the management makes maximum profits. Section 28, subsection 2 of the Child Rights Act and Section 25, subsection 2 of the Child Rights Law of Lagos State prohibit exploitative labor and frown against employment of a child for an industrial job. With the Nigerian government adopting 3 international labor organization conventions which set a minimum age for employment of children, it is hoped that other forms of child labor like street trading, shoe shining, apprentice mechanics, carpentry, vulcanizing, tailoring, barbing, and domestic services will be eradicated. As many workers of Shemfa hope that the Ministry of Labor, Organized Labor, and the Lagos State government will come to their aid for them to have decent working environment.
The Lagos State government has sealed the Chinese company where a 14-year-old boy died by electrocution. This comes after an investigative report by TVC News into the unwholesome labor practices taking place at the footwear manufacturing factory. TVC News' Sharon Ijasan has been on the story and brings us the latest.
We have over 100 Nigerians working, and this way they are casual workers. And I like what you just asked. If you engage a casual worker, after 3 months you need to staff them. Do they even have a staff? How many staff do they have? Like they say, this person is a salary and I'm paying taxes on them than just casual workers.
That was a verdict by the Lagos State government sealing Shengfa Nigeria Limited until it complied with safety measures. I visited the footwear manufacturing factory in Lagos when the international community celebrated the Child Labor Day. Then I discovered how underage children are forced to work for 12 and 18 hours daily at the factory. That visit drew the attention of the authorities to the plight of the workers. During the brief inspection by the Lagos State Safety Commission, TVC News observed that all the claims by the workers are true. With exposed electrical wires, no safety signage, no standard chairs, no standard toilets or protective wears at the factory.
Generally, the place is not fit for people to work in. 1, you have unsafe stacking of goods all over the place. 2, you have overcrowding. 3,
The access routes are not clearly demarcated. I nearly fell down while I was coming to this place. And then your seats, they are not ergonomically friendly. In total, your safety management system is very, 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 very poor.
Though Shengfa prepared for our arrival, not all the workers were present. After further search, TVC News discovered that some were locked in a room where they still worked, a few were eating in a store, while others were nowhere to be found. The lawyer representing the management said the footwear company does not have a first aid box. Rather, they are in partnership with the Lagos State General Hospital, Ikeja.
Yes, there's minimal, there's some form of health safety, but generally what we generally do is that we have the general hospital not too far away from us, about a 5 or 7 minutes drive away from this place, and we generally advance most of our staff to this area.
TVC News earlier reported that the company employs only casual workers who have no access to any other form of benefits except the 700 naira they earn per day. Even certain deductions can be made from the amount over issues like lateness and failure to meet up with targets and more. This worker was told to go back home since the company has been sealed, but reaffirms a daily wage and hopes the management will pay her for the work done.
We collect 700
per day.
Per day. Yes.
Joseph Ekwenobe, who was electrocuted to death by a faulty machine at the factory, was not too fortunate. His parents described him as a talented boy who had dreams. They still want justice for their son's death.
Yes, the Lagos State government has sealed off Shengfang Nigeria Limited, and it's the first time that the Lagos State Safety Commission will seal off a manufacturing company. Now the question is, how many more companies do we have across the country where we have underage children being employed, or many other companies who refuse to honor the labor laws across the country?